Okay, so we're here at Mobile First, and we have two speakers, and they're just going to introduce themselves, and they're going to talk about the key takeaway from their session.
Hi, I'm Matthew Witt, Executive Vice President of Digital Integration at Trisect.
I'm Steve Rowan. I'm a managing partner at RSR Research.
And the overall key takeaway from the panel that we just spoke on was it was all about email optimization for mobile platforms. And the key takeaway was really understanding the greater context of usage and how your brand and how your business objectives translate down into a way that is conducive and really resonates with those usage parameters of the consumer. We just basically, at the end of the day, you want to provide value for a consumer and do so in a way that really resonates with the way in which they behave and act out their life.
Totally agree. Yeah, and I mean, for me, it's not just, I mean, obviously it's about the context, but about making sure that the content that you have has value for the consumer themselves, and that it's delivered in a consistent way across the channels. Because there's nothing more annoying than being told one thing in one channel and something else in another channel, and as consumers become ever more savvy each and every day, that's something that they're not really willing to put up with. So one of the things that we really recommend is to make sure that you have a Chief Customer Experience Officer. Whether or not that's the title, it's not important. But what is important is having the functionality of making sure that you understand what a consumer's experience with you is like, regardless of the different channels that they choose to interact with you or the ones that you try to engage them through. But make sure that you understand what that feels like from a consumer point, so you know that you're offering, content that they're interested in, that has value to them in a way that isn't overbearing, and you try to find that perfect mix of what really fits their lifestyle.
I might keep you on just a second longer because more people are reading their email on their smart devices. And so does that email really have to be different than an email that I would read on a laptop?
I'll throw that one to you.
So that's true. According to some of the research I've read, in 2011, just 3 years ago, we were at about 15% in terms of the amount of emails that were read on mobile devices, and we're now nearing 50%. So we're right at that tipping point where it's almost more emails are read on mobile devices. The core message may remain consistent across a traditional browser to a mobile device. The way in which it's presented, though, in terms of the aesthetics, in terms of the vocabulary, and the way you craft that message, has to take into account some of the very tactical realities of the smaller preview pane, smaller subject line, etc. So in terms of optimization, I mean, there are like responsive design templates available for HTML email blasts, and those help to a degree, but I think it's really about presenting some immediacy within the subject line, and again, that resonates with the way in which the person is consuming that media. So if it's somebody waking up and seeing their email for the first time during the day, you want something that's going to provide some energy, but also really attribute itself in a positive way to your brand and not cheapen or commoditize the brand in any way.